Erin Massey is busy in her day job as a scientist at a biotech company, which means she has a decent income. Those people do not come cheap. At least she has another job too, trying to convince her insurer, Cigna, to pay for a medication she needs for her insomnia. You don't need medication for insomnia.
I take medication for insomnia.
What's that?
I take it for insomnia.
Yeah, but you've been like through 3 wars.
Yes, I know.
This chick works in a biolab, which is doesn't rate. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
You've literally been blown up, smashed against the ground, run over, God knows what else.
Yeah.
Your internal circuit boards are damaged, man.
Correct.
Okay. So you make sense. This does not make sense. Anyway, Primera, Massey's previous insurer through another employer, covered the medication and the doctor deemed it medically necessary and had filled out numerous forms saying so. But Cigna repeatedly denied her request for the insurance company to cover the medication. The medication is QVivic.
Never heard of
Wifey
it.
will know what that is. I'll have to ask the wife. She knows all of that stuff.
Probably some
QVivic.
kind of brain chemistry shit.
QUVIVIQ is for insomnia.
Huh.
Massey estimates that she spends 8 to 10 hours a week working on getting the medication covered, talking to Cigna representatives, filling out forms, writing appeals, and otherwise researching how to convince Cigna that the medication is essential for her health. Here's the thing. We're talking essentially about sleeping pills, obviously.
Uh-huh.
How expensive are these that she needs insurance to cover it?
Well,
and why won't a
much.
normal sleeping aid do the job?
I mean, I fought a similar battle with the VA in regards to my high blood pressure meds.
That's high blood pressure. This is I can't sleep.
I know, but the thing is I was taking this blood pressure medicine for quite some time. I was used to it. I've tried several ones, and it just made me feel like absolute hammered dog shit.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, like, oh, it's not covered anymore. I'm like, the fuck, it's not. And we went back and forth for a good 2 months, and then
wow,
my Spetsnaz doctor is like, he's like, hey Terrence, I understand you having a problem here. Let's see if we can work it out. And he made some phone calls.
Yeah.
And his buddy who runs a pharmacy is like, yes, I will sell you for the old cost. Don't worry about it. I go in there and I get it for the
Russian. You got the Russian deal.
I get the Russian discount, which is cool.
Yeah, you got the Eastern promises.
But it went from like, I go pick up the medication. It cost me like $21 to go and picking up the same medication and costing $600.
Yeah,
like what the fuck is that?
That's exactly what we were talking about at the beginning of the show. Remember, I talked about the providers jacking the prices up. All of the pharma stuff. We really need to look. I got to convince the wife to come on and do this because she knows all of this stuff off the top of her head. There's a thing, and I may get this wrong, honey. If you're listening, just bear with me. But basically, it works like this: the pharma companies will create a drug. And it's basically a designer patent. And every once in a while, they throw in a button-pushing monkey. But what really happens is they get the patent and they get the license to sell this drug, and they will deny the ability to produce a generic for a lesser cost so that they can make maximum profits. And only after a few years will they allow the generic to come out so that people with less income can afford the drug. Meanwhile, the price of that drug is through the fucking roof.
Yes. And they claim it's to recover research and testing costs.
Right. Yeah. Wifey will be able to cover that in more exquisite detail, but we really need to do a show on that. We've been talking about it for like a year and a half now. I'll just figure we'll have to get her a button pushing monkey style background. Because she doesn't want to do the actual camera thing.
That's fine. That's not a problem.
Anyway, where were we? Yes, that's right. We were over here. Americans spend at least 12 million hours a week calling their health insurance companies, according to a Gallup poll. They do this because of the complicated nature of the American healthcare system, which often requires pre-authorizations for procedures, essentially a green light from the insurer deeming the procedure medically necessary and covered by insurance. That frequently ends up in denials for care. For this, again, experience in personal injury law. About 45% of insured working age adults received medical bill or were charged a co-payment for service in the last year that they thought they should have been free or covered by insurance, according to a 2024 Commonwealth Fund study. All of the links will be in, Jimmy does all of the links. He'll tell you all about where you can find all of the links when we're done here. And 17% of adults were, like Massey, denied coverage for care recommended by a doctor. That part blows my mind, because if the doctor recommends it, that's like what you're looking for, right? Apparently not.
All right, so hang on. Let me get this straight.
Yeah.
You're a meat suit.
Mm-hmm.
You're not feeling well. You go talk to another professional meat suit who went to school for about 12 to 15 years to do what he's doing.
Yeah.
He makes a recommendation. Your meat suit is jacked up and you need a medication x-ray.
Right.
And then you have people in a box somewhere thousands of miles away going, we think the doctor's wrong. We're not paying for it.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Caser box.